Welcome back to KJVA Quiz. My brothers and sisters, here is a tale of hidden providence and holy resilience. In the Book of Esther, the Most High moves in quiet ways, lifting a humble woman to save her people from peril. Purim is the celebration of that great reversal, sorrow turned into joy, fear into feasting. Let us enter this quiz with gratitude for a God who works even in silence. Which Persian king reigned during Esther's story? Option A, Darius, B, Ahasuerus, C, Artaxerxes, D, Cyrus. Answer B, Ahasuerus. Ahasuerus ruled over an immense empire stretching from India to Ethiopia, setting the historical backdrop for the events recorded in Esther. His authority reminds us how God directs the affairs of nations for his purposes. Proverbs 8:15 teaches that by God kings reign and princes decree justice. The Book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Who was queen before Esther? Option A, Vashti, B, Zeresh, C, Atasa, D, Judith. Answer A, Vashti. Vashti served as queen before Esther, and her refusal during a royal feast resulted in her removal. Her departure shows how the Most High opens spaces for his plans to unfold. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us that to every purpose there is a season. The Book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 10 through verse 12. Why was Queen Vashti removed from her position? Option A, she spoke against the king. B, she refused to appear. C, she stole from the treasury. D, she left Persia. Answer B, she refused to appear. Vashti declined the king's summons during a banquet, an act seen as defiance in the royal setting. Her decision marked a turning point in palace affairs. 1 Peter 2:17 teaches giving proper honor in all relationships. The Book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 12. What was Esther's Hebrew name? Option A, Hadassah, B, Tirzah, C, Leah, D, Ruth. Answer A, Hadassah. Hadassah, meaning myrtle, was Esther's Hebrew name, reflecting her heritage among her people. The myrtle's symbolism of righteousness mirrors Esther's quiet strength. Zechariah 1:8 includes the myrtle in visions tied to God's presence among his people. The Book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 7. Who raised Esther? Option A, her brother Daniel. B, her cousin Mordecai. C, her cousin Ezra. D, her aunt Vashti. Answer B, her cousin Mordecai. Mordecai took Esther in after she lost her parents, raising her as his own daughter. His care shows how God provides support through family, even in hardship. Psalm 27:10 says that when father or mother forsake, the Lord will take us up. The Book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 7. From which tribe of Israel was Mordecai descended? Option A, Levi, B, Benjamin, C, Judah, D, Naphtali. Answer: B. Benjamin. Mordecai traced his lineage to the tribe of Benjamin, a tribe known for resilience and loyalty. His heritage connects him firmly to Israel's covenant identity. Philippians 3:5 references the tribe of Benjamin as a mark of ancestral distinction. The Book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 5. What did Mordecai discover while sitting at the king's gate? Option: A. An idol. B. A conspiracy to kill the king. C. A hidden treasure. D. Haman's secret plan. Answer: B. A conspiracy to kill the king. Mordecai overheard a plot among two of the king's chamberlains to harm the ruler. His vigilance shows the value of integrity in unexpected moments. Proverbs 2:11 says, "Discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee." The Book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 21 through verse 23. Who was Haman's ancestor, the traditional enemy of Israel? Option: A. Amorite. B. Agag the Amalekite. C. Philistine. D. Moabite. Answer: B. Agag the Amalekite. Haman is described as an Agagite, linking him to the Amalekites, a people historically hostile toward Israel. This background frames his disposition in the narrative. Exodus 17:14 records God's remembrance of Amalek's actions against Israel. The Book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 1. Why did Haman hate Mordecai? Option: A. He refused to bow. B. He spoke Hebrew. C. He mocked his clothes. D. He reported him to the king. Answer: A. He refused to bow. Mordecai's refusal to bow stirred deep offense in Haman, revealing the pride that ruled his heart. His reaction shows how arrogance can distort judgment. Proverbs 16:18 warns that pride goes before destruction. The Book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 5. How did Esther first approach the king to intercede? Option: A. By letter. B. By messenger. C. She entered uninvited. D. By fasting 40 days. Answer: C. She entered uninvited. Esther approached the king without a summons, an action that carried significant personal risk. Her courage demonstrated trust that favor would meet obedience. Joshua 1:9 encourages strength and courage in fearful moments. The Book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 1 through verse 2. What was done to honor Mordecai for saving the king? Option: A. He received gold. B. He was honored publicly. C. He became governor. D. He was given Haman's house. Answer: B. He was honored publicly. The king ordered that Mordecai be clothed in royal attire and led through the city as a sign of recognition. His honor exemplifies how good deeds may be acknowledged in due time. 1 Timothy 5:25 teaches that good works cannot remain hidden. The Book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 8 through verse 11. Who suggested hanging Mordecai on the gallows? Option: A. Zeresh, Haman's wife. B. The princes. C. His sons. D. The king's servants. Answer A. Zeresh, Haman's wife. Zeresh advised constructing a high gallows as a swift solution to Haman's frustration. Her counsel shows how destructive ideas can arise within one's own home. Proverbs 14:1 says a foolish woman tears down her house with her own hands. The Book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 14. How tall was the gallows Haman built? Option A, 10 cubits, B, 25 cubits, C, 50 cubits, D, 100 cubits. Answer C, 50 cubits. The gallows stood 50 cubits high, a towering symbol of malice and haste. Its height reflected the extremity of Haman's anger. Psalm 37, verse 14, notes how the wicked bend their weapons against the upright. The Book of Esther, chapter 5, verse 14. When Esther revealed her identity, what did she ask the king to do? Option A, punish Mordecai. B, spare her life and her people. C, build another feast. D, replace Haman. Answer B, spare her life and her people. Esther requested protection for herself and her people once she disclosed her heritage. Her plea shows wisdom in speaking at the right moment. Proverbs 25:11 describes a word fitly spoken as apples of gold. The Book of Esther, chapter 7, verse 3 through verse 4. What happened to Haman after Esther exposed him? Option A, he was imprisoned. B, he fled Persia. C, he was hanged on his own gallows. D, he was banished. Answer C, he was hanged on his own gallows. Haman was executed on the very structure he had prepared, demonstrating the principle that wicked plans often return upon the planner. Psalm 9:16 declares that the wicked are snared in the work of their own hands. The Book of Esther, chapter 7, verse 10. What was given to Mordecai after Haman's death? Option A, a royal crown. B, Haman's house and authority. C, a seat in the palace gate. D, command of the army. Answer B, Haman's house and authority. The king transferred Haman's estate and rank to Mordecai, elevating him in the kingdom. This shift reflects how the Most High honors the faithful. Psalm 75, verse 7 teaches that God puts down one and sets up another. The Book of Esther, chapter 8, verse 1 through verse 2. What did the king's new decree allow the Jews to do? Option A, hide in the mountains. B, petition the king again. C, defend themselves. D, leave Persia freely. Answer C, defend themselves. The decree empowered the Jews to stand against any who would attack them, providing lawful protection. This demonstrated justice in response to previous danger. Nehemiah 4:14 encourages defending family and community when threatened. The Book of Esther, chapter 8, verse 11. How many sons of Haman were slain? Option A, 7, B, 10, C, 12, D, 13. Answer B, 10. Haman's 10 sons were killed in the conflict that arose, marking the end of their hostility. Their fate echoes the completeness often seen in biblical judgments. Job 4:8 notes that those who plow iniquity reap the same. The Book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 7 through verse 10. The Feast of Purim commemorates events on which 2 days of Adar, option A, the 1st and 2nd, B, the 7th and 8th, C, the 14th and 15th, D, the 20th and 21st. Answer C, the 14th and 15th. These days were set aside for celebration because Israel experienced rest and joy after danger had passed. Purim honors this reversal with feasting and gladness. Psalm 118, verse 24, declares, "This is the day which the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." The Book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through verse 22. The word Purim comes from what? Option A, Hebrew for deliverance. B, the lot Haman cast. C, Persian word for light. D, Hebrew word for victory. Answer B, the lot Haman cast. Purim derives its name from the casting of lots, which Haman used to determine a date for his intended plans. The name reminds Israel how God overrules human devices. Proverbs 16:33 states that the lot is cast, but the whole disposing is of the Lord. The Book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 7 and chapter 9, verse 26. In Mordecai's opening vision, what did he see? Option A, 2 lions fighting. B, 2 dragons ready to battle. C, a blazing altar. D, a crown falling to the earth. Answer B, 2 dragons. Mordecai witnessed 2 great dragons preparing for war, a symbol of coming conflict. Such imagery portrays the spiritual weight behind earthly events. Revelation 12:7 also describes conflict in symbolic terms. The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 10, verse 5 through verse 7. In that same vision, what symbolized Israel's deliverance? Option A, a rainbow. B, a pillar of fire. C, a small fountain. D, a mountain of gold. Answer C, a small fountain. Mordecai saw a small fountain that expanded into a mighty river, symbolizing salvation growing into full strength. God often begins deliverance in small, unnoticed ways. Zechariah 4:10 teaches not to despise the day of small things. The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 10, verse 8 through verse 9. After overhearing the plot against the king, how did Mordecai respond? Option A, he told the king through Esther. B, warned the guards. C, hid in fear. D, ignored it. Answer A. He told the king through Esther. Mordecai acted responsibly by reporting the matter through Esther, demonstrating loyalty to the king. His choice shows the importance of integrity even when recognition is not immediate. Galatians 6:9 teaches not to grow weary in doing good. The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 12, verse 1 through verse 2. What accusation did Haman make against the Jews in his letter to the king? Option A. They were lazy. B. They served other gods. C. They followed laws contrary to all nations. D. They refused to pay taxes. Answer C. They followed laws contrary to all nations. Haman claimed the Jews observed laws differing from all peoples, misrepresenting their faithfulness as rebellion. The accusation reflects how righteousness is often slandered. 1 Peter 4:4 notes that unbelievers may speak evil of those who walk differently. The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 13, verse 4. How many days did Esther command the Jews to fast with her before she went to the king? Option A, 1 day. B, 2 days. C, 3 days. D, 7 days. Answer C, 3 days. Esther called for a collective 3-day fast before taking a dangerous step. The fast united the people in dependence upon God. Ezra 8:23 records a fast for divine protection, showing a similar practice. The Book of Esther, chapter 15, verse 1. Before Esther prayed, what did she remove? Option A, her sandals. B, her royal robes and ornaments. C, her veil. D, her crown. Answer B, her royal robes and ornaments. Esther laid aside her royal attire, choosing humility before approaching God. Her act shows that true strength begins in lowliness. James 4:6 teaches that God gives grace to the humble. The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 14, verse 1 through verse 2. In her extended prayer, how did Esther describe herself? Option A, Queen favored by men. B, desolate woman. C, a ruler over Persia. D, a prophetess. Answer B, desolate woman. Esther confessed her weakness and isolation, acknowledging her dependence on God alone. Such humility is the beginning of answered prayer. Psalm 34, verse 6 says, "The poor man cried, and the Lord heard him." The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 14, verse 3. When Esther entered the throne room, what miraculous thing occurred? Option A, the king collapsed. B, an angel shielded her. C, the king's heart was softened. D, a great light filled the room. Answer: C. The king's heart was softened. Upon seeing her, the king's heart softened, and he received her graciously. This moment displays how God can influence the hearts of rulers. Proverbs 21 verse 1 affirms that the king's heart is in the Lord's hand. The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 15 verse 8 through verse 12. According to the Rest of Esther, what did God turn the planned destruction of Israel into? Option A. A day of silence. B. A day of mourning. C. A day of joy and deliverance. D. A day of fasting only. Answer: C. A day of joy and deliverance. The calamity intended for Israel was overturned, becoming a day of victory instead. This reversal reveals God's power to transform danger into celebration. Psalm 30 verse 5 says, "Joy comes in the morning after the night of weeping." The rest of the Book of Esther, chapter 16 verse 21. What central theme does the story of Esther ultimately reveal? Option A. The strength of Persia's empire. B. The power of beauty and wealth. C. God's hidden providence. D. The rise of new kingdoms. Answer: C. God's hidden providence. The entire account displays God's unseen hand guiding events, protecting His people even when He is not mentioned openly. His hidden workings secure deliverance in perfect timing. Wisdom of Solomon 14:3 teaches that God's providence guides even the smallest circumstances. The Book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14, and chapter 9, verse 1. Beloved, as the scroll of Esther closes, we behold a quiet miracle, a deliverance wrought not by armies or prophets, but by providence moving in hidden places. Our foremother Esther stepped into danger with fasting on her lips and faith in her heart, while Mordecai stood as a watchman for his people, trusting that God had not forgotten His covenant. And so it was written, "Who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?" The Book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14. May her courage teach us that even in exile, even in silence, the God of Israel is still weaving victory out of danger and joy out of sorrow. Walk boldly, walk wisely, and walk knowing that the same unseen hand that guided Esther still guides you today. Subscribe for weekly KJVA quizzes, and keep your lamp trimmed with study, prayer, and remembrance.